Hello, my name is Father Gerard Mary. Thank you for joining us for this 33 days preparation for consecration to Jesus through Mary, using the companion developed by Father Michael Gately. As we prayerfully prepare for the historic rededication of England as the Dowry of Mary, we invite you to join us each day for a short reflection and prayer. This week we'll focus on the example and words of the 20th century apostle of Marian consecration, St. Maximilian Mary Kolbe. St. Maximilian knew very well de Montfort's Marian teaching and spoke enthusiastically about it. In formulating his own expression of true devotion to Mary, he not only deepened several aspects of de Montfort's insights, but he added many new ideas from his own contemplation on the mystery of Mary. Before we turn to his Marian teaching, let us first get to know the man, the saint. Who are you, St. Maximilian Mary Kolbe? When St. Maximilian Mary Kolbe stepped forward in Auschwitz to take the place of a family man who had been condemned to die, the astonished Nazi commandant barked the question, "Who are you?" St. Maximilian Mary replied with one beautiful statement, "I am a Catholic priest." The saint, who was about to embrace a protracted martyrdom, had voiced his very essence. At the very core of his being, he was a Catholic priest. The Franciscan martyr of charity had spent his consecrated and priestly life meditating upon the answer given by Our Lady to Saint Bernadette, when the little French girl had asked her likewise, "Who are you?" At Lourdes, Our Lady had given Bernadette a very short answer. "I am the Immaculate Conception." Indeed, one of Maximilian Mary Kolbe's great passions in life, his greatest perhaps, was to seek to arrive at a deeper knowledge of the mystery of Mary, particularly as she revealed herself to Saint Bernadette at Lourdes, "I am the Immaculate Conception." Why did Mary call herself the Immaculate Conception? Isn't her name Mary? Tomorrow we'll begin to reflect upon this intriguing mystery. Who is St. Maximilian Mary Kolbe? Well, he's known by many titles today: the Martyr of Charity, the Saint of Auschwitz, founder of Militia Immaculata, Apostle of Mary and patron saint of the 20th century. But before all of this, he was just Raymond Kolbe, who in 1894 was born into a poor Polish farming family. At the outset, it may have been difficult to guess that this little boy would one day become a canonized saint. In fact, one day his mother was so frustrated with his behaviour that she yelled at him in exasperation, "Raymond, what will become of you?" This shook the young boy to the core. Filled with grief, he immediately turned to the Mother of God, asking her, "What will become of me?" Then he went to a church and repeated his question. The future saint recounted what happened next. Then the Virgin Mother appeared to me, holding in her hands 2 crowns, one white, the other red. She looked at me with love and she asked me if I would like to have them. The white crown meant that I would remain pure, and the red crown that I would be a martyr. I answered, yes, I would like them both. Then the Virgin looked at me tenderly and disappeared. The white crown of purity came first. Raymond confirmed himself in it when, as a brother, Maximilian Mary, he professed religious vows, one of which was chastity. But his purity was not just of the body, for there's another kind of purity, purity of intention. A person practices purity of intention when he or she directs his thoughts, words and actions not to himself or another creature, but to a divine purpose or mission, and ultimately to God. Perhaps because of his natural intensity and passion, St. Maximilian Kolbe felt a particularly strong desire to give himself to a specific mission or goal. One of his classmates in the minor seminary relates, he often said that he desired to consecrate his entire life to a great idea. Kolbe's great idea eventually crystallized into what he called the Militia Immaculata, which he started in 1917 with 6 of his fellow seminarians. The MI, as they called it, truly was a great idea, at least in the sense of its ambition. Its goal was nothing less than to bring the whole world to God through Christ under the generalship of Mary Immaculate, and to do so as quickly as possible. Fulfilling this mission through obedience to God's will in union with Mary Immaculate was Kolbe's entire concern, his pure intention, and he sacrificed everything for its accomplishment. Which brings us to the Red Crown. In 1941, after decades of incredibly fruitful apostolic labours in Poland and Japan, St. Maximilian Mary was arrested by the Gestapo in his native land and was sent to Auschwitz concentration camp. Before his arrest, his brother conventual Franciscans had pleaded with him to go into hiding. He said he was grateful for their loving hearts, but that he couldn't follow their advice. Later, he explained why. I have a mission. The Immaculata has a mission to fulfill. That mission was accomplished on the eve of the feast of Mary's Assumption into heaven, when, after having volunteered to take the place of a prisoner condemned to starvation, the impatient Nazis finished St. Maximilian Mary off with a lethal injection. Thus, St. Maximilian Mary died a martyr of charity and received his second crown from the Immaculata. We'll finish with today's prayer. Come, Holy Spirit, living in Mary, make me pure in body and spirit, and help me in my desire to die to self.